Hello, my name is BD Wood, known as Brian Woodson. I just want to say thank you so much for tuning to my YouTube channel. I'm here to encourage, to inspire, and to have real talk. For those of you who have found me, whether it's on Facebook, whether it's on YouTube, whether you have just searched and found me, thank you. I'm humbled, I'm honored, and I don't take this for granted, and I don't take it lightly. Today I want to talk about a subject that we all can relate to in some kind of way, and that is, what's the rush? What's the rush? How many of you rush? Let's be real about it. I know I do. What about you? In life, we always seem to be rushing. Rushing to go to work. Rushing to cook. Rushing to pick up kids. Rushing even to get married sometimes. Rushing to get into a relationship. Rushing to go to church. Rushing to get a promotion. Rushing to be with the family. Everything is rush, rush, rush. And worst of all, we all, in some way, shape, or form, if we're truly honest and transparent, have tried to rush God. We all rush in some kind of way, and sometimes rushing can't be avoided. We know that. There are times when we're in a hurry, we're in a rush, things that need to get done. We know that. That's life, right? But what about the situations that can be avoided, but we tend to rush? Those situations that have long-term effects on your life. Can we for a moment just stop, reflect, and realize who is in control? And that's God. We cannot rush God or his timing or his will. Go with the flow. I have to remind myself, Brian, go with the flow. You will miss something whenever you rush. You will definitely miss something whenever you rush. I know I'm talking to somebody out there today. Not only myself, but I know I'm talking to someone out there today that you rush everything that you do or some things that you do. Or maybe you rushed in your past and maybe you gotten better. There's situations when we rush, but there are situations we can avoid rushing. But we need to trust God. It's not about what our desires are. It is about our desires aligning with his will. And if it's not within his will, he will ball up your plans and show you his will and his ways. But like I said, let's stop rushing and forcing things to happen. That's another thing we do. We try to force things, which is rushing. We try to force something that's not there. We try to force our way into that promotion when it's not our time. We try to force our way into a relationship when it's not our time. We try to rush a marriage when God has given you all the red flags not to do it. We try to rush into even a friendship sometimes when we're not meant to be friends. We may be meant to be associates. We may be meant to just see each other in passing. Who knows what the case may be. But whatever it is, we all have rushed, and God don't want us to rush. Because when we rush, our thoughts are not clear. We make bad decisions. And it even impacts us, whether it's short term or long term, whenever we rush. Proverbs 3, 5, and 6, we know the verse. Trust in the Lord with all thy heart. Lean not to thy own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct our steps. Matthew 6:33, seek ye first the kingdom and all its righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. Ecclesiastes 3:1 says, there's a time for everything and a season for every activity under the heavens. Proverbs 27:1 says, do not boast about tomorrow, for you do not know what a day may bring. I know in my life, if you're not bold enough to share about your life, I'll share about my life right here. This is my channel, right? So I know in my life, I felt like my life was on a timeline. I felt, okay, at 13 through 17, I got to go to high school. 14 through 17, I got to go to high school. And then 17 to 21, I got to go to college. And after that, I got to go do this and go do that. Guess what happened? I went to college. What should have took 4 years took, I believe, 6.5 years to get a 4-year degree. God had other plans. I got my associate's degree in business administration. I got my bachelor's degree in business administration with an emphasis in management. But my plan was 4 years. But it ended up being 6.5 years because some things happened in life that was unexpected. Some maybe my fault. Some just due to life. And some was just because it was all about God's timing and God's will. But either way, thank God I got that associate degree, and thank God I got that bachelor's degree. But I had it all on time. I had a plan. I had it all written out. Had it all set up. But guess what I was doing? I was rushing God, and I was trying to rush and thought that my way was the way. And we have to understand and realize we cannot rush life. What is the rush? What about you? Have any things I've said earlier, have you rushed and end up making a bad decision? Rushed and try to force a situation that wasn't meant for you, and then you suffered the consequences? You rushed and you suffered the consequences. Blessings got delayed. Various things happened because we rushed and not trust God. We have to stop rushing and trust God. What is the rush? Tomorrow is not promised. Heck, today is not even promised. As long as you have breath, God is still working on you, and He's not done with you yet. We don't give God praise for that. But let's stop rushing and forcing things that are not meant to be there, or they are not meant to happen at this time. We are human. Let's be real. We rush. Yes, we rush in our daily, regular activities. And some of those things we can avoid, and some of those things are just life. But these long-term decisions, relationships, marriage, job, getting a house, financial situations, buying a car, various things that will have a lasting, more of a longer-term effect, we rush. I know I've done those things. I know I rushed in making some decisions. So I'm not just trying to jump or fuss at anybody, because I'm not afraid to admit that I've rushed and made some bad choices. I have forced some things that shouldn't have been there. I rushed some situations that had some consequences. But you know what? We all, if you're honest, we are all a work in progress. So the question I have for you is that, are you waiting on God, or are you rushing? Go with the flow. Let things flow. Let it marinate. Let it, be like that crock pot. Just let it simmer a little bit. Just let it go with the flow. Go with it, Go with the flow. You will realize that God got your back. What's for you is going to be for you. You can rush it. You can force it. You can do whatever you want to do. But guess what? That door won't open unless God says it's meant to be open. What's the rush? Go with the flow. Slow down. Trust God, and He will do the rest. Stop forcing things that are not there. Stop trying to rush. Our life is like a vapor. It's here today and gone tomorrow. Tomorrow is not promised. So what's the rush? I pray this has blessed you, motivated you, inspired you, encouraged you. Thank you for listening. May God bless you. May God keep you. Until next time, I love you, and I'll talk to you again soon. Take care.